round. It's the individual round. It's just you against the clock, and we're looking for 2 winners to go through to today's final. Now, Paul Wallace from England, you were the first into this round. There are the categories available: the Bible, Eastern Europe, jazz, and the physical world. Paul, select a category, please.
I'll have the Bible, please.
You'll have the Bible. Would you like to come and join me here, Paul? Paul Wallace, as I say, from England. Have you been watching the programme over the weeks?
I've seen a few on video recorder, yeah.
Good. Were you a bit surprised there that you got in before Anne Evans with the answer Dylan Thomas?
It's the only Welsh poet I know.
I see. How very honest of you, Paul. Well done. Paul, are you ready to play 4 in a row? Mm-hmm. All right, Paul, we'll put 40 seconds on the clock for you now, and you know what I need. I'm looking for you to answer 4 in a row on the Bible. If you do, obviously, you'll be credited with those 4 points. If not, we'll credit you with your highest score, and you'll have 40 seconds to do the best that you can. Paul, on the Bible, your time starts now. How many disciples did Christ call to follow him?
12.
Correct. In the New Testament, which archangel, starting with G, announced the coming of Christ to the Virgin Mary?
Gabriel.
Correct. In the Old Testament, on which mountain did Moses receive the 10 Commandments?
Mount Sinai.
Correct. According to the Bible, who was the first person to commit a murder?
Cain.
Cain is correct. 4 questions, 4 answers, 4 in a row. Well done, Paul. Right, so we have our first contestant gets those 4 in a row. Paul O'Kane from Northern Ireland. Select a category, please.
Physical world, please.
The physical world. Paul, will you come and join me here for your solo round? Happy to be here. A bit more relaxed now than you were at the start, okay? I don't think anybody from Northern Ireland has actually got through to our finals yet, but never mind, never mind. Okay, Paul, are you ready to play 4 in a row?
Yeah.
All right, we'll put those 40 seconds on the clock for you on the physical world. You'll have the 40 seconds to answer correctly, 4 in a row, or we'll give you your highest score. Paul, on your subject, time starts now. What rays are used in medicine to detect bone fractures?
X-rays.
Correct. Beginning with E, what is the lightest stable subatomic particle?
Pass.
An electron. Besides nickel and cobalt, which element has the potential to become permanently magnetized?
Lead.
No, iron. What is the name given to that invisible portion of the electromagnetic spectrum which is at the long or red end of the light range?
Ultraviolet.
No, infrared. What unit of energy commonly used by dietitians is equal to just over 4 joules?
Kilowatt.
No, a calorie. What electronic system transmits electromagnetic waves toward an object and then receives the waves reflected from it?
Pass.
Radar. The perforated drum used for spinning and drying clothes is a simple form of what laboratory device?
Centrifugal force.
Is correct. You got in there just in time, Paul. Don't go away, Paul. You didn't score 4 in a row. You got tough ones. You just managed to score 1 today. Paul, thank you. And finally, Anne, your category, please.
I'm such an expert on jazz, I'll have Eastern Europe, please.
Right, Anne, come and join me here, please, for your solo round. An expert on jazz, you're going to pick Eastern Europe. Yeah. All right, Anne, let me explain to you that Paul, although he answered 2 questions correctly, he didn't get the 2 in a row, so he's only on 1 point. Paul Wallace from England, of course, has his 4 in a row. So if you get 1, you're in a tiebreaker with Paul O'Kane. 2 points or better, you're in that final with Paul Wallace. All right, so you're going to have Eastern Europe. Are you ready to play 4 in a row now, Anne? All right, we'll put that 40 seconds on the clock for you, and you'll have all that time to do your best. Anne Evans from Wales on Eastern Europe, your time starts now. Name 1 of the 6 countries located on the Balkan Peninsula.
Yugoslavia.
Is correct. The name of which Eastern European capital is made up of the names of communities on either bank of the Danube? Pardon?
Budapest.
Is correct. What Eastern European capital city was the birthplace of Franz Kafka?
Prague.
Prague is correct. What is Eastern Europe's equivalent of the EEC, established in 1949 to coordinate economic development?
Oh, pass.
Pass. It's Comic-Con. Beginning with T, which country has 5% of its area in Eastern Europe and 95% in Asia?
Tibet.
No, Turkey. Which famous statesman told an American audience in 1946 that an iron curtain has descended across the continent to describe the division between East and West? Hard luck, you're out of time, and you're going to kick yourself. It was Winston Churchill, and wasn't it? Of course it was. And don't worry, you didn't score 4 in a row, but you did score 3, which is good news, as I'll tell you in a moment. And indeed, for Anne, it is good news, because if we look at the scores, it means that for today, but only for today, we have to say goodbye to Paul O'Kane from Whiteabbey in Northern Ireland, but of course we'll see him tomorrow. Right now, I'm going to ask Paul Wallace from Nuneaton and Anne Evans from David in Wales to come and join me for today's final on Going for Gold. Please. Right, right, we're down to it. Today's final, the head-to-headness between England and Wales, because as I said there, just for today we lost Paul O'Kane from Northern Ireland. He'll be with us again tomorrow. And if I inadvertently suggested that we'd had nobody from Northern Ireland who'd won, oh, goodness me, hush my mouth, because of course you remember that before Christmas the lovely Jeanette McConnell was not only in our semi-finals, but she'd been previously a double winner. But we do have only 4 people so far through to our final for the end of the series, and from there, there's, alas, so far nobody from Northern Ireland. Paul Wallace, you were telling me before the programme that you're by way of being a bit of a snooker fan, a snooker freak.
Oh, certainly, Henry. I enjoy a good game of snooker, yeah.
Do you enjoy watching it on television?
Oh, yes, most definitely.
It goes on so long, though. It seems, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning jobs.
Well, yeah, but it's nice to see. It's good to see. Even
Good,
better
all
to
right.
play.
It's very popular. I'll put you on the spot. Who's your favourite player?
Jimmy White.
Jimmy White, all right, fair enough. Paul Wallace from England, he's in the final. Anne Evans from Wales, who gave us that wonderful pronunciation earlier on today. Do it again for me, because I want to try and practice it and see can I get it right for the end of the week. Just once more.
Llanfair pwll Gwyngyll, go gerch fyr yn drobo, llan dysilio, go, go, go.
It seems so easy. I'll have it by... I'll have it by the end of the week. And you've appeared in a quiz programme before. Which one?
Oh, yes, try for 10, but that's a long time ago.
It's not today nor yesterday. All right, let's get on with Going for Goals final today. Now, you know how to play this competition, this part of the competition. If you're watching at home, you need 9 points to win the game. Paul Wallace, you get into this round first. The first round is going to be yours. The subject is the arts, and there's an extra clue on your screens for you watching at home. Now, Paul, on the subject of the arts, you good or bad? Will you play or pass?
Well, I'll pass.
You're going to pass the subject of the arts over to Anne Evans from Wales, which means, Anne, that you have control of this game at this stage in that big 4 zone. And on the arts, your time starts now. I am a dance which was introduced in Paris about 1843. I became extremely popular on stage and in the ballroom, both in Europe and the Americas. Anne.
Waltz?
Is not the correct answer, which means, Paul, you have control of the game and your time continues now. An energetic courtship dance of Bohemian folk origin.
The
Paul.
can-can.
The can-can is not the right answer. Anne Evans from Wales, you have control of the game back again and time continues now. I am characterised by 3 quick steps and a hop to music in 2... Anne.
Polka?
The polka is the correct answer. Well done. Answered in the 3 zone, which means now, Paul, you're playing catch-up. The subject is cities. There's a clue for you watching at home on your screen. On cities, Paul, will you play or pass?
I will play.
You will play, remembering that you need 9 points to win the game. Anne has kicked off with 3. You have yet to score, Paul, on cities. Your time starts now. I'm a European city with a population of more than 4 million people. I was founded in the 13th century and had heavy financial burdens in the 30 Years' War. When my country was unified in 1871, I became the nation's capital. After World War II, I was divided into sectors by the Allied and Russian forces, and today a wall... Paul.
Germany.
Is not the correct answer, which means, Anne, you have control of the game and your time continues now. Today, a wall separates my eastern and western...
Berlin?
Berlin is the correct answer. It was the city I was looking for, not the country. Answered in the 2 zone, which means that you're now on 5, Anne. Hard look there, Paul, but it was in there somewhere,
yes,
but you blurted out the wrong answer. You gave me the country, not the city. Paul, it means you're playing catch-up again. The subject is animals, and there's a clue on the screen for you watching at home. On animals, Paul, play or pass?
I will pass.
You will pass on animals to Anne Evans, who is on 5, needing 4 more points to get her to 9 to win today's Going for Gold. On animals, Anne, your time starts now. I am a sleek, symmetrically built and short-haired breed of dog. The actual date of my origin is unknown, but I am named after my first definite home, an Adriatic coastal region. I have served as a sentinel, war dog, hunter, shepherd and mascot, but it is as a coach dog, an escort...
Dalmatian?
Dalmatian is the correct answer in the 2 zone. Takes you up to 7 points. Right, you're still playing catch-up, Paul. The subject is natural fabrics. There's a clue for you watching at home. On natural fabrics, Paul Wallace.
Well, I'll have to play.
Well, you have to play. You have to play. You mightn't have chosen so to do on this subject, but never mind. On natural fabrics, you're playing, Paul, and your time starts now. I am a fibre which is made into a variety of woven and knitted fabrics and threads. I'm strong and absorbent yet soft, Paul.
Silk?
Silk is the correct answer. Well done, in the 4 zone. OK, Paul, you took a risk and it worked this time. But you've got 4, which means you're still playing catch-up. The subject is history. There's a clue on your screens for you watching at home. On history, play or pass, Paul?
I'll have to play.
You'll have to play again on history, and your time starts Now, I am an 18th century Italian soldier, spy and diplomat who is perhaps better known for my exploits in another sphere. My autobiography provides a fascinating portrayal of life in the capitals of Europe. I was expelled from a seminary for scandalous conduct and later went to prison accused of being a magician, but escaped and made a reputation with the Parisian aristocracy and other leading cities. My name becoming synonymous with that of seduction, scandal and adventure. Let it be known that Wales and England will have no truck with Casanova, for that was the name, I was looking for. Yes, and they're all smiling as they remember it. It means that Paul Wallace on 4 to Anne Evans on 7. Paul, you're playing catch-up. The subject is geography. There's a clue on the screens for you watching at home. On geography, Paul, play or pass?
I will play again.
You will play again on geography, and your time starts now. I am an area of land of about 14 million square kilometres with a shape which is approximately circular except for the peninsula, which bears my... Paul.
The Arctic.
The Arctic is not the correct answer. It means that, Anne, you have control of the game, and time continues now. The peninsula which bears my name. My colonial period was in the first half of the 20th century when 7 nations claimed pie-shaped sectors of my territory. I'm the 5th in size of the world's continents, Paul.
The Antarctic.
The Antarctic, Paul. The Antarctic. If it wasn't one, Paul, it had to be the other. You're still playing catch-up on the score of 6. The subject, music. The clue on the screens for you at home on music, Paul. Play or pass?
I will play again, Henry.
You will play again. Dare you pass music over to a lady from a Welsh valley? Certainly not. That's right. Paul, on the subject of music, on your score of 6 to Anne Evans' 7, it's a tight game. You need 9 to win. It's anybody's match. Your time starts now. I was born in 1876 in Vendrell in Spain. When young, I was awarded music scholarships for study in Madrid and Brussels. And in 1905, I formed a celebrated... Paul.
Casals?
Casals is the correct answer in the 4 zone. You got there, Paul. Well played. It means that Paul Wallace from England is today's winner. Not only is he through to our heat final later on this week, but he gets this memento of his achievement, which is exclusive to winning contestants and going for gold. Very hard luck to Anne Evans from Wales, but of course we will see you again tomorrow, my dear. And I hope that, well, we'll see Paul Wallace later on this week. We'll see Anne Evans tomorrow. I hope you'll see myself, Anne, and all our other contestants when once more, here we are, we'll be asking people to go for gold. We'll see you then. All right, bye-bye.
Tonight at 10, it's catch-up o'clock. What is the general manager, Hulk Hogan, going to do about those outrageous aces and eights? It's second time around for TNA's Impact Wrestling.